Is this thing on? Hello, testing. 1, 2. Lightning strikes twice. Welcome, and I am Casey Rochford, and we have 5 minutes apiece, 2 topics. Go.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
It's
So
got to be fast. It's got to be fast.
yeah. So mine is kind of based on this video I saw where there was a woman saying like, "Hey, if you're on a date with a guy, ask this question as like a conversation starter because every guy will have something to say about this." And I figured, well, we're guys, so why don't we talk about this? So here's the thing: cowboy, pirate, or samurai?
Ooh, I've heard of this.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of this. And I think my answer is all 3. But I, of course, if you've got to pick one, I'd probably go samurai because it's close enough to a ninja, I suppose.
Yeah, well, samurais interacted with ninjas sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, usually in a combative way.
Yes. They weren't like hanging out at a bar together, but
Yeah, actually, pretty much always in a combative way.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like that's always been kind of like just like my personality style is just kind of quiet, um, you know, cunning, I guess, like always
Like
thinking and
stoic and honor based and things like
yeah,
that.
stuff like that. And of course, I am an actual ninja,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah, well, that works.
there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the appeal of being a samurai. I think that'd be kind of cool. Like for me, I think it would be a pirate. Uh,
That would be my second choice
the,
for sure.
the adventure, obviously you have there's risk in all 3 of these things quite a bit actually. But I think the pirate, especially like in the Caribbean or whatever, that would be like during the heyday of like old school piracy. Like, man, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah, piracy. Being a cowboy, I could see arguments for either being kind of like anarchy based, but the
Yeah,
cowboy thing is definitely more, I don't know, a little more structured, I think.
yeah, it's
Uh,
more business than
yeah,
piracy would be, but
yeah.
I could see the appeal of being a cowboy is kind of nice too. It's like you're in touch with nature and the animals and all that stuff. Like that's kind of nice too.
Well, okay,
Uh,
so what is the point of this question in a dating field?
well, it's like a icebreaker basically.
Oh, okay. I
So
thought
so
it
it's like
was some like, well, be careful if he answers pirate,
no.
probably
This
Polly.
no, yeah. The woman
Polly
was like her point was like no matter what guy you encounter, every guy is gonna have something to say about at least one of these things. And so it'll
Uh-huh.
be a great way to start a conversation. And then you can ask questions about stuff,
Uh-huh.
which I think, it's kind of like not even in a dating sense, but just in average everyday conversation sense. Like, hey, what do you think about that? And everybody would have, an answer for that. I was actually talking to a partner last night about this, and we were trying to come up with like the female version. So if you're a guy on a date with a girl, like what would you propose?
I was just thinking that myself.
Mhm. I,
What is ballerina one of them?
I suppose it could be princess, maybe, that was what came up as an
Hmm.
option. I mean, but then it's like, because I'm trying to think of like fantasy kind of personas that women would fantasize about just like what guys would. It's like, okay, you can't really be a pirate or a samurai nowadays, really. Maybe you could be a cowboy, that's still a thing, but like it's not something you could just do.
Right.
So what, like for girls when they're thinking about like their fantasy things, what would those be? The things that you can't do anymore, but would be kind of cool.
Uh, I don't know, have equal rights.
Yeah, but yeah, that's not as exciting or adventurous as cowboys and pirates.
Right. God, that's a good question. Um,
Yeah,
did your partner have any? input on that? Like,
Oh well, it's more like some modern day things, but like
yeah.
that's the thing. It's like I can't really think. The only thing I could think would be like a princess or a queen or something.
Well,
Something
yeah, that's the
fantasy.
thing. Like the old school stuff, all that valiant stuff was always relegated to the guys.
Yep.
There weren't really hero female positions
Well, I
in
suppose
the
in some situations there were, like Joan of Arc, right? That would
yeah.
be
I mean, obviously there were like outlier situations, but there weren't like what I'm saying is like these I don't know how you want
standardized roles.
right yeah like how whatever bucket you want to call that like there weren't really just like I mean like maybe like an Amazon
Oh,
or something.
oh,
Ah,
man, that we need some comments down there
mm-hmm,
about like
mm-hmm.
the female version and things like from women. I don't know because I I didn't have a sister, so I mean that I
Well, now
grew
you
up
do.
with. I do now, but I didn't grow up with a sister, so I have no idea
Yeah,
what kind of like fantasy things they had.
yep,
So I'd love to
same
hear
here. Yep.
that from the viewers. Like what are your thoughts on that?
Kid sister, kid
Yeah,
sister,
yeah. Oh man.
and now it's
Okay.
stuck in your head too.
I am the My Buddy theme song. Oh my god.
And
Ugh.
they always played those back to back.
Yep. Yep, they did. Genius.
Yep.
Genius marketing.
All
Okay, well,
right.
it's on to you now.
Well, mine is a bit more economy based, and this has already been retracted due to public vehement uh, comments all over the internet and stuff. But what do you think of Wendy's trying to roll out that surge pricing, like real time changes in burger prices based on
Oh
demand?
man, I heard about that, but I don't know all the details. So maybe fill me in and then we'll start.
I mean, basically, it's just that. Like it's like you go in, and if it's all crazy busy, the burgers are gonna be like expensive, I guess. And if
Hmm.
you go in and at like 10 p.m. and you're the only one there, you might get one for like I don't know how cheap they were supposed to be get
Hmm.
down to, but
I,
probably not like 29 cents or anything like.
no, but maybe cheaper than it would normally be. Well,
Yeah.
okay, I kind of like that idea. We do it with utilities in a lot of places where there's like during the day the price is higher than at night, that kind of thing. Like when
Mm.
there's more demand, it's more expensive. Um, and in a way, that's good for a business to do to kind of spread out. So it's like people might think, oh, I'm going to go on my lunch break or something, and then they're oh, it's going to be $10 for a burger. Maybe I won't. I'll go later or something.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it's not like you could even know until you get there. So like if you bring $10 with you and then all of a sudden the burger's $10, like you're like, well, I guess I'm not eating then.
that's a
Like
good point. Now
you
maybe
just
if
go to the
Wendy's,
next place over that still does it the old fashioned way. And
yeah,
like
yeah. I mean,
like
maybe if
you,
Wendy's
you
had,
can't really change up economy like that, like as like a standalone thing. Like we're going to do it this way.
mm-hmm.
And of course we'll just survive, right? Like, well,
Yeah.
no, like you change things that much and people just go elsewhere.
Well, okay. Now it would work way better. Well, for one, if Wendy's had an app that you could just check and see, like, maybe that, like, let's say the price changes by the hour, so you have plenty of time.
Mm.
That would be fair. And if they had an app or something, or you could go to their website and see, like, oh, what are the current prices? Okay, I'll go, that kind of thing. But also, if maybe it was always the normal price during busy times, but if you went during slow times, it was cheaper. I think that would be awesome. That's like a super cool way to do it because also too, like they've got all this stuff prepared, ready to go, and if no one's buying it, well, it goes to waste and it costs them money, and it also is just waste. So
Mm.
that's kind of cool. Like oh yeah, go to McDonald's or whatever when they're slow late at night, or in that weird in between time when no one's going, and your burger's like half the price it would normally be.
Yeah. I'm always skeptical as to like how low the prices really go in these
Mhm.
situations.
Yeah.
Um, Stuff like that. Just I maybe I'm a little too skeptical about that, but in practice, whenever I see things like this, like the toll carpool lanes and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like, how does it make sense that the heavier the traffic is, the more you're going to pay to get in a lane that's going to supposedly ease traffic?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense
No,
at
no, no.
all.
That's clearly just a way to get extra money,
Right.
essentially.
Like things like that are really stupid. It's like it kind of highlights though how the whole market psychology thing is not exactly like completely figured out science or anything. In fact, it's I wouldn't even call it a science, or a soft science at best,
Well,
because
it
like,
is because like when you're talking economics, it's always human nature that you're
mm-hmm,
human psychology is behind everything.
yeah,
And that's not something that's completely understood. Now, we do, well, we've talked about this before, but it's like we can certainly recognize patterns and there can be predictions made, but obviously there's a lot of unknown because people do weird things and something comes up and you're like, oh, people would normally behave this way in this situation, but all of a sudden they do something completely weird, like buying Stanley mugs all of a sudden, you know, like where
now
did
I'd
that come
rather
from?
see something like that happen at a grocery store or something, where like having a lot of people at one time is just kind of annoying. So if you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of deter that by being like, oh, hey, at 5 p.m., groceries are more expensive, like
Yeah.
maybe people spread out a little
Well, and that's actually a good thing because then you don't need so many cashiers, right? Because like
bit. Mm.
if the line is going into the aisles or something for the two check stands that are open, well, now you need more cashiers, and then well, you got to bring in more people, and it's unexpected too. It's like maybe something unexpected happened, and all of a sudden you're busy, you don't have enough people, so then you overcorrect and start bringing people in when it's not busy, so
Right.
yeah, spreading things out, that I think that's fair. Like, and that'd be cool. It's like, oh yeah, if I go to Safeway, say at like, late at night or something, then stuff's going to be cheaper than it is if I went after work or
Right.
something.
Yeah, that
I
would
think
be
that's kind of
very
cool.
awesome. But like when it comes to, I don't know, just like I want it now food. Like I go here because it's convenient and
They
fast,
don't call
and
it fast food for nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really isn't anymore, and
No.
Wendy's in particular has
Oh,
gone way downhill,
yeah. Oh, for
unfortunately.
sure. Oh, a
Wow, that
lot
was a
of
good
stuff
one.
has gone way downhill and gotten much more expensive. So, like,
Hmm.
I mean, everything's gotten expensive. Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, those are some good ones,
Yeah.
actually. Right on. So, well, everybody, thanks for experiencing this lightning strikes twice with us. And yeah, tune in next week for the next one, or wait around for a full episode or something.
Or go back and watch the ones you haven't seen yet,
Yeah,
because there's
exactly.
hundreds.
Like, share, and absolutely comment. Please put comments, like share your thoughts. Let's get this going. All
That's
right.
right.
Well, all righty, everybody. Take it easy.